Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining this lesson. Um, I hope you are having a nice day. I hope you are well. And yes, so in today's lesson, I am going to show you how to use the indents. What are indents and how to use the feature. All right. So indents way on Microsoft Word. All right. Um, by the way, my name is Izel Sitole, the CAT teacher, and thank you guys for joining. Right. So let's move. Let's get straight to it. Right. Um, okay. So you can use the indent feature to adjust the empty space at the beginning of lines in a document. Right, so we use the indent feature to change or to adjust the empty space at the beginning of the lines in a document. Right, so by selecting the indent commands, it will increase or decrease the indent by 1.27 centimeters. I'll show you what I mean by that. Right, so using an indent is a better option than using tabs to create space, as it will make editing the document easy. Right, remember, in our lesson, the lesson that was based on spacing, the line spacing and paragraph spacing, I've shown you how to use or how to create space. Right, so we learned about line spacing as well as paragraph spacing, the white space between characters, how to change the space between characters, and also how to change the spacing between lines. Okay, can you see these two lines? How to change the spacing between the lines in your document, and as well as how to change the space between paragraphs, right? So we have learned about that. And also I have talked about the keys that you can use to create space. Remember the space bar. I told you, okay, that's when you press on your space bar, it creates space, right? So space bar, we use that to create space between characters, all right? So when you are typing and you want to create space, that's when you press the space bar. We are familiar with the space bar as our cell phones also have a space bar, right? So we have learned about spaces between characters, spaces between lines, and space between paragraphs, right? So after the space bar is used to create space between characters, right? I told you about the tabs. Now, the tabs on your keyboard, when you press on tab creates space in the spaces. Can you see? If I press tab, tab moves the letters to the right. Okay, so now today's lesson, the indents, I'm going to show you how to create space, to adjust the empty space, how to adjust the empty space at the beginning at the beginning, sorry, beginning of lines in a document. Right, so some people use tabs to create space at the beginning of their lines when they are typing something. Say for instance, I want to move this paragraph. I want to create space. I'm not happy with the space. I'm not happy with this empty space. This empty space before the beginning of my paragraphs. I want my paragraph to move to the right. So if I click on tab, I go to the next line, tab, some people do that and it's not accepted as it makes documents look inappropriate. You can't work on a document like that because it's not neat, it becomes messed up. So to avoid that, it's better that you use your indents. So today's lesson is based on how to decrease or increase the empty space between, the empty space in the beginning of, at the beginning of the lines in a document. So if you want to adjust this space, you must use indents. Indents, where do we find indents? Right, so okay, so how do we adjust the space at the beginning of lines in a document? How do we adjust them? If you want to adjust the space in the beginning, at the beginning of the lines, you want to change the space, all you need to do is go to your home tab, paragraph. Then in the paragraph group, you'll see an increase indent or a decrease indent command on the home tab, like I've said, home tab and the paragraph group. So home tab, then paragraph, because you are dealing with a paragraph. Paragraph, then indent. You want to decrease or you want to increase the indent. Right, so to increase, all you need to do is just click or select increase indents. Now let's practice. To increase, to adjust this space, to increase the indent, this space before my paragraph. I want my paragraph to move to the side. One, select the paragraph that you want to change or that you want to move. You want to adjust the lines at the beginning of a paragraph, select that paragraph, right? So that's the first step. Select the paragraph and then increase, easy. If you want to decrease, say decrease indent. All right, now say now I want to increase the indent in both paragraphs. Now for paragraph 1 and paragraph 2, simple, you select them and increase indent, easy. All right, okay. All right, if you select increase indent, the text will then move, the text will then be moved to have an indentation to the right. So if you select increase, your text will move to the right. Right, so customizing indent. Sometimes it will happen, you'll find a test that says increase indent, but then in that test, they will require you to use a certain size of indentation. Remember, I said by selecting the indent command, it will increase or decrease the indent by 1.7, by 1.27 centimeters. So if I select increase on my first paragraph, let me increase the indent on my first paragraph. So if I click on increase, so this has increased my paragraph by 1.27 centimeters. Now what happens? Let's say you find a test and they require you to increase your indents, but by not 1.27 centimeters. Increase them by something else. Maybe they give you a centimeter that you need to increase your indents using it. All right, so say for instance, they tell you to increase your indents by 1 centimeter and not by 1.2 centimeter. Now what happens? Okay. Okay. So now you want to move, or you want to increase the indents, but by not 1.2 centimeters, by 1 centimeter. That means you should now customize your indent. Right, so how do you customize your indent? To customize, you have different options. The first one is, never mind this one, I'll explain this after explaining what I want to talk about now. Customizing, say I want to increase the indents by 1 centimeter. If I click on increase indent, it will move my paragraph or change this space, this empty space, move it by 1.2 centimeters. Then that means I'll get wrong. So I won't get that mark. So to increase this indent by 1 centimeter, I should not use this default increase indent. I should come to this drop-down menu, click on this arrow so that I can customize, change my indent into the number of centimeters that I want. Now, I want to increase the indent by 1 centimeter. It should be 1 centimeter straight, but not the 1.27 centimeter. Right, so 1 centimeter. As you can see, I've selected, it says left. So on the left-hand side, this is the left-hand side. The left-hand side, 1 centimeter. So I want to change this or increase my indent by 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter. Okay, so it has moved. If I were to select this increased indent, it will automatically return. So when your teacher is you to move the indent by 1 centimeter, and you chose to use this one that says 1.2 centimeters, this one that automatically changes it by 1.2 centimeters, your teacher will come to this drop-down menu and see 1.27 centimeter. Then you get wrong. Your answer is wrong. So please, 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 if they say 1 centimeter, just come to this drop-down menu and then say 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter and click OK. Perfect. Right, so there's also what we call hanging and first line indents. So the hanging, you can see the hanging indents and also the first line indents. Can you see the difference between these two? Can you see the difference? Mo, hi Mo. I see Tino. Hi guys. Can you see the difference between these two? Hi Tino, can you see the difference between the hanging and the first line indents? Can you see the difference? Yes, yes. Hey Mo, sorry that I was late. It's fine. If you were late, you'll see the introduction. Just go to YouTube to watch the whole video so that you'll catch up on what you have missed. All right, so what is the difference between these two? This one says first line. Can you see the first line of this paragraph? The first line is moved to the right. And then this one, the first line remained hanging. Now, say now you have a test and they give you a paragraph like this one. In the test, they tell you to change paragraph 1 to hanging. So the paragraph, the indents of this paragraph must be hanging. Let's see hanging. Can you see? So your paragraph must look like this. The first line must be like this one, and then the first line must look like this. Let's practice. Right, so to choose the hanging indent, what do you do? Hanging, if you move your cursor on these commands, there's no option for hanging and option for first line. That means you should come here. Remember, you are formatting a paragraph, so you must go to your home tab and paragraph, not font, but the paragraph. Okay, paragraph. Hi, Mo. Oh, Mo says I'm new. Welcome, Mo. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Please join us tomorrow. Are we allowed to share screens? Okay. Guys. Okay. Mo, unfortunately, you are not allowed to share your screens. Only the host is allowed. Okay, but that's fine. I hope you can do, or you can change the indents on your own. I trust you can. I believe you can. It shows that Mo understands what I am talking about. Oops. Okay. Now, to choose the hanging or the first line option, what do you need to do? Remember, we are still on the indentation. If the question says change the indentation to hanging or change the indentation to first line, that means you should come to this part. Focus on this part because this one is for spacing and this one is for the indentation. Right now, we want to change the indentation to hanging, like you have seen those two examples. Hanging, can you see? There's it says first line, first line. Let's see first line. Is it the same as the ones, sorry, is it the same as the one I used on my slides? Let's check. First line. Yes, it's the same. Can you see the first line? It moved the first line only. Let's see, let's check. Now, the hanging, can you see the first line? Now let's see hanging. Okay. Hanging. Yes. Can you see it? So if they ask you to change the indentation to hanging or change the indentation to first line, you now know what to do. It's easy. You just go to your home tab, paragraph, and more options. Click on the arrow for more options. You'll see indentation, then hanging. All right. Yes, guys, so I think that's it for our lesson. That's it for today. I guess we all now know how to increase the indents and how to decrease the indents. Also, how to change the indents from the hanging to the first line, how to change it to hanging and also how to change it to the first line. All right. Um, yes, I think that's it for today. And thank you so much, guys, for joining. And I hope you have enjoyed. And please, where's Mo, tomorrow, please come back. Tino. Yes, guys, thank you so much and enjoy your day. Bye.